Hey everybody, welcome back to Record-ology. This is a show I've been looking forward to doing for quite a while. A couple of months ago, I picked up a very fun toy, or tool, depending on how you look at it. It's an AM transmitter, pocket size, that will allow you to breathe new life into any vintage radio with AM. You're not going to want to miss this. Okay, I've been super excited to share this one with you guys. I've had this now for a couple of months. I got it before Christmas, so about a month actually. No, I got this, it was November actually I got this. Anyway, this is an AM transmitter. Check this out. And this is an affordable way to get all sorts of functionality out of your vintage equipment. And it may look intimidating, it may look like a project, but it's not. This is literally the product itself. It comes this way. It does look unfinished. However, it works just fine as a standalone unit. I mean, it's designed to literally just sit there on the table, but it has the added functionality where, yeah, you could bolt this to the inside of a piece of equipment. You could 3D print a case for it, something that I've thought about doing. It runs on 4 AA batteries. And it's an AM transmitter. So basically you connect, you can also run it off a DC power supply, but you connect an audio 1/8" jack to it, and whatever signal is coming in here is broadcast out, and it's a limited range, like a 30-foot transmitter. The closer that this is to whatever radio you're using, is you're gonna get much better sound. So you literally would want it right up next to the unit for the best sound possible. But you have about a 30 foot range. But this will literally transmit whatever audio you connect to it into the radio. Super, super cool. Let's test it out, show you how it works. Okay, to start with, I'm gonna use the 49 Philco just because it's already sitting here in the studio. And I love any excuse I can find to use this thing. I just love it. For an audio source, we're going to use a few different things, but I'm going to start with a cassette. So we're going to use the We Are Rewind cassette player. I love this thing. You can demonstrate and prove day and night how good it is, and there will still be people out there that, I will refuse to believe it. Cassette tape and an audio cable. We've got an 1/8" to 1/8". So what we're going to do is put the cassette in here. I've got some Bob Hope stand-up stuff here, actually that's from records that he had released, and we're going to go ahead and plug in our jack here, set that over there. Then we're going to take the transmitter and we are going to find the jack right there and turn it on. That's all there is to it. Now I want to show you how this works. So see this frequency adjustment here and the numbers on there. If you have a radio that has just the numbers 8, 7, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I can count 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You can use it that way, or if you want to do it by frequency, obviously that's what it's referring to there. So, what you do is you find the cleanest frequency match between this and the tuning dial on your radio. So I'm going to tune it to the 7 here initially, and we'll set this down here. I'm going to turn it on. You can see that LED lights up. I'm going to set the volume about 12 o'clock to begin with. Then we go over to the radio. Oh yeah, it's also a good idea to go ahead and start the audio source so you know when you've actually tuned into it. So I'm going to turn on the radio and I'm going to flip it to radio mode. And then we're going to make our adjustment until we find it. Again, remember, we tuned it to the 7, so it should be in that neighborhood. And then we just keep adjusting the tuning dials until we find our signal.
You should see this base. It's a prisoner of war camp for our side. But we're happy to be here. We arrived between rainy seasons. It ended this morning. It doesn't start again until tonight. It does occasionally get a little damp here. I stepped off the plane and disappeared. Now, these guys here have seen quite a bit of action. Last weekend, a whole platoon went to Naha without losing a man. Isn't that great? What are we going to dock? What the hell is that?
And the reason why you would want to do that is because old radios have a good sound. The tube amplifiers, that's a desirable sound. People want to hear audio through those beautiful, warm tubes, and this allows you to do that. Something that Bluetooth can't replicate. AM transmission is not new. I should state this now. This is not new technology. However, I would say it's more obtainable now than it had been. This is about a $30 device. There's a bunch of different similar ones on Amazon here. You can see 32, 43, 59, pretty much the same idea. So it's an affordable thing to do now, more obtainable, I would say for sure. This is a 50s Motorola desktop radio, desk side radio here. Very 50s. This thing is beautiful. I don't know if I've even put this on the show yet. It's tube amplified. Nothing about it is modernized. It is in good working order. It's been either maintained from original parts or it has been retrofitted. I forget which, but it is a beautiful radio. Could use a new cord. This cord's a little grungy. But through the magic of this AM transmitter, we're going to play some period correct music that might have been heard on this radio when it was new. And we're going to do it with a CD. This is a really good excuse to use these Hit Parade CDs that my friend, a viewer of the channel, sent in and graced me with many of these, a whole collection. And we're going to pick 55. Let's just go 1955. I think Doc Brown had it right. We're going to go 1955 Hit Parade. Well, that's in there tight. You can see they made it for different years. These are great CDs. Really, really cool. It's like a greatest hits from this year. So we're going to do a CD, obviously. I'm going to use my Sony, and I'm going to use the line output. Everybody's been asking about that Studebaker review we did, if it has gapless playback. I don't have a way to test gapless playback. I don't think I have any CDs that have that are programmed with gapless tracks. I should have mentioned that. Also, the anti-skip protection, whether or not it's switchable on that. That's a topic I usually go into great detail when I review CD players, and I just didn't mention it on that show. But I did not see an easy way to disable it. The reason why people care is that usually the ASP or the anti-skip protection circuit buffers the audio into a lossy RAM chip, and therefore you lose the lossless sound quality. Most people wouldn't notice that, but from a technical standpoint, you go from lossless to lossy. So now there is such thing as lossless buffering. They can actually buffer that into a lossless RAM chip, but that stat is almost never published. So I didn't mention that. I didn't mention the gapless playback. And then the final thing was, what CD players have line outputs? I don't know if any modern ones have line outputs. This vintage Sony does, though. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. Trying not to get tangled up here with this cord. All that to say, I'm plugging the cord in here. And then for a CD, we're going to put in the Hit Parade of 1955. By the way, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. And really appreciate you being here. Appreciate you watching, joining me on this fun little jaunt we have here. All right, I'm going to scoot this back a little bit just so you can see all the components at play. Again, turning the transmitter on. I have it set to the 8, so you'll see that this radio dial also has a single digit tuning, and we can just, hopefully 8 here is 8 there. Let's go ahead and start our CD playing. It's going to start with Cherry Pink and Apple Blossom White by Perez Prado, Unchained Melody. We're going to go through the tracks here, just kind of flip through. Obviously, I can't play any entire tracks, but that should be okay. So let me go ahead and switch the mic on the front so you'll be able to hear the music, and we'll go from there. Okay, we've got our audio on. It's connected. Now we just need to adjust the frequency. You can either adjust it here or here.
Some people say a man.
Now, you're hearing a lot of other noise too. I mean, it's not going to be as clean of a signal as a Bluetooth digital connection, right? So you've got to sort of temper your expectations a bit. The trade-off is maybe not as clean, maybe not as high resolution, but the benefits are getting to listen to any music you want, even from a modern digital source, onto vintage equipment with tubes. In terms of the frequency adjustment, you can play with this and find the cleanest signal option available. I'm, for the purposes of not making a 4-hour long video, I'm just kind of finding the first match and going with it. But we could play with this and go up here and adjust it up there and find a cleaner signal. This is HiFi. This is actual HiFi AM or medium wave. It's just such a cool thing. Really well built, high quality. I wouldn't give this to a kid. I would like it to be in a case, and I'm going to try and look into doing that. But isn't that fun? That's just a super, super cool thing. All right, we're not done yet. I've got another use case. Okay, next use case. This one hits close to home. So let's say you've got a favorite stereo that you've had since you were a teenager or a kid. This is my beautiful CFD55 Sony boombox. At the time, sort of an all-in-one unit. It's got CD player, AM, FM radio, cassette, and it's just an absolute iconic device. I think it's beautiful. 1991. Beautiful device. Had it on the show before. But let's say, like really happened, I've moved on and I've added a new favorite format. I don't know, records maybe? So now I'm into vinyl and I want to play my Double Fantasy album on my old radio. How am I going to do that? Well, guess what? I've got this now, so I can make that happen. So what we're going to do is play a record on my old stereo system using the transmitter. So what you need is a record player, and I'm going to use my Soundburger here, and we're just going to set it up, connect it, and go to town. So, by the way, Double Fantasy is... Yeah, I'm not like... I went down the Beatles rabbit hole last year, as you know. I didn't go further down the rabbit hole by getting all the solo albums. I mean, that would be a... You would never finish. That would be a never-ending process. This is one exception, mostly because of the song Beautiful Boy. I think that's possibly the most beautiful song ever written. I think that's so beautiful. And so I want to listen to Beautiful Boy on my beautiful radio. And I'm going to use the transmitter to make that happen. Okay, so I've got the record spinning. The line output of the Soundburger is connected to the transmitter. Turning the transmitter on. I'm going to turn the volume up to like 3 o'clock position so it's good and strong. Turn this to AM. And see if I can pick it up. That's totally awesome. That is so, so cool. And you can literally add the functionality of vinyl record player, to any vintage device as long as it has an AM radio. Now, I know some new radios are coming FM only, right? FM transmitters are typically cheaper and easier to get a hold of. In fact, the Crosley Soundburger product actually has a built-in FM transmitter, as do CD players like that Studebaker. So that's a little easier to do. But the AM can be a little trickier. For me, the big use case is vintage, but it can be done for this as well. And maybe it's not vinyl for you. Maybe you just want to play music from your Apple Music account. You want to play music from Spotify, whatever it is, off of your phone, as an example. And yeah, you could do that with, this would be a perfect option for that too. So I've got an iPhone 15 Pro that has the USB-C now. So I need to use this little adapter, which is cheap to find on Amazon, and plug it in right there. And now
the Muppet themed overlay to Rock and Roller Coaster. Could this be, should this possibly be a Muppet themed dining experience? Absolutely. There were plans and designs for a Muppet-themed, multiple Muppet-themed restaurants.
All right, my friends, and that is going to do it. This is a lot of fun. I hope you had fun as well. Let me know down in the comments below if you can think of any additional use case that I left out. Also, highly recommend this product. There will be a link down below. It's an affordable way to breathe new life into those vintage radios. My friends, that's gonna, oh, one more thing. Don't forget, 45 adapters are out. We have our new pink colored exclusive. It's our Cadillac pink and our signature adapters, Seaberg adapters. Links for that are available for you in the description below, as is all of our cool merch. You didn't know we had merch?
Record-ology merch, oh what a sight. Make your morning groove, make your evening bright. From adapters to cups to the shirts you wear, Record-ology, love everywhere.
Well, now you know. Thank you for watching. Happy record hunting, and we'll see you next time.